You ever feel like you're doing everything right? Trying different approaches, showing up, pushing harder, and somehow nothing changes? It's like the more effort you put in, the more stuck you feel. And under it all, you're tired. Not lazy, you're drained. Here's what no one's talking about. You're not stuck because you're not trying hard enough. You're stuck because you're trying to create something new from the same place that's keeping you stuck. And when I say stuck, I don't mean unmotivated. I mean that deeper kind of stuck. The one where something inside of you knows a change is needed. You can't seem to move forward. Maybe it feels like spinning your wheels. Maybe nothing excites you anymore. Or maybe you're trying your hardest and still ending up in the same place. That's not failure. That's dissonance. It's the internal friction between how things are and how you know they're meant to be. And if it goes unnamed, that tension drags you into survival mode. And sometimes survival looks like burnout or overachieving, or sometimes it looks like shut down, like you have no presence. These are not flaws, they're coping patterns. Patterns that came way before our job, rooted in past experiences and reinforced over time. And here's the shift. You can't break past these patterns by pushing harder from the same state. As Einstein said, you can't solve the same problems from the same consciousness that created it. What changed everything for me wasn't doing more. It was becoming still enough to see what was happening inside of me and the state that I was operating from. What if feeling stuck isn't a problem? What if it's a signal? We're taught to escape discomfort as fast as possible. But what if this discomfort is the threshold? The moment that asks, are you going to default to your old survival strategy again? Or are you finally ready to choose something different? Stuckness doesn't always look the same. Sometimes it's just overwhelm and frustration. Other times it's just a fog, a disconnection. Either way, you're not broken, you're becoming. But to move forward, you have to pause and listen. Because this isn't the end, it's the beginning. So let me share a moment from my own journey. About 9 years ago, I was in a high-pressure role, managing clients, cross-functional teams, tight deadlines. And there was this constant pressure, often unspoken, that the clients had to show up in a certain way, interested, engaged, asking the right questions. No matter how much I prepared or anticipated team's needs, it never seemed enough. After every meeting, I'd hear the same complaints from project managers and from their leadership. I'd go over and over again in my head. Was I too soft? Was I too direct? Was I not clear? Some days I cried in my office, and other days I tried to vent or solve it with my leadership. But nothing ever changed. And then I'd pull myself together and do it all over again. Because that dysfunction had become part of my job. Here was my pattern. Perfectionism, overperforming, trying to fix things that weren't mine to fix, getting the same complaints, feeling unworthy, burning out, and going at it all over again. That cycle went on for years, and eventually I hit my breaking point. But here's what I realized. This wasn't just about external stress, poor leadership, or outdated systems. It was also about the unconscious patterns I brought with me, the ones I had never questioned. Because while we can't always change the environment we walk into, we can always change the way we lead ourselves inside of them. I didn't see any of this clearly until I recovered from burnout. Not because I wasn't trying, but because I didn't realize I was stuck inside patterns I didn't even know I was repeating. That's the thing about survival mode. Sometimes it looks like overachieving, sometimes control, sometimes people pleasing, and sometimes it's just going silent and hoping no one notices you're fading. And those aren't just behaviors, they're old protections, coping mechanisms. They started long before the job, and they've been running under surface for years. So if you're stuck, here's where you start. Number one, name the facts. Say it out loud. Maybe, I've been feeling this way for 3 months and it's affecting my sleep. Or, I'm waking up already anxious and I haven't told anyone. The goal is to get real with what's happening. Number two, hold the space for how it feels. Journal it, sit in silence. Let the anger, sadness, guilt, or numbness come forward without rushing to solve it. Number three, reflect on what's kept the pattern alive. Ask yourself, am I avoiding something? Do I keep saying yes when I want to say no? Do I believe I don't have a choice? You might realize the stuckness isn't just about your environment. It's about how you are relating to it. Number four, forgive yourself for staying, for overgiving, for not knowing sooner. It doesn't make it right. It makes you free. Number five, ask yourself, what am I truly needing? Maybe it's being completely offline, or maybe it's having a conversation you've been avoiding, or maybe it's asking for help or just to be heard. Number six, name what you're grateful for. It could be this moment, this clarity, the fact that you're seeing something you couldn't see before. This is what presence looks like. And being present is the beginning of freedom. Because you can't change what you don't acknowledge. And you can't choose what you're not conscious of. You're not crazy, you're not broken, you're not lazy, and you are not behind. You are at a threshold. And what you choose from here can change everything. So I want to close with 2 resources. One of them is free. Number one, if this resonated and you're ready to dive deeper or simply want support, I invite you to apply to explore how this work can help with what you're navigating right now. What you just experienced is a small taste of a larger framework designed to help you move through challenges like being stuck with clarity, confidence, and agency so you can move forward in your life. And the second resource, if you're unsure about your future and you want to have a clearer sense of what's possible, I also created a free ebook called Live Your Edge. It will help you connect with your future successful self, define a life you'd love to live, and begin mapping out the first steps to create it. Let either of these resources be your starting point to get unstuck, inspired, and moving forward. See the 2 links below.